I don't mean to be like fucked up towards you, but I really think you need to see somebody. And like, I was just like, at first I was like, bitch, like, who the fuck are you talking to? 'Cause I was like, who, like, how weird is it? Like, that someone you care about is like, bitch, you're crazy and you should see someone. Like, like, but it's like, after a while, like, I had come to realize that, yeah, it's like what you said, your friends, your family, your partner, they can only help you so much. But it's also like, they're not a professional and it's not their job to save you. Right. You got to save you. Or right. You have to personally look for that. So, like, my first day, I was really, like, ashamed. Because I was, like, I went, like, just skipped all the stuff and just went to the very, like, the hospital. And I feel like people always assume, like, going to the hospital was, like, a bad thing. Because I was like, oh, my God, I'm going to the crazy house. Everyone's going to assume I'm crazy. Like, right. Which happen, like, with some people. They were like, oh, like, she's a little bit, I'm like, well, but when I think about my experience, it was more like I guess it was like a rehab feeling. Like, people check in on you, they wake you up, you have activities to do and stuff like that. But it was also like, you're there with other people like you. So, like, the whole shame of it all goes away after, like, the first 24 hours once you realize that everyone is there for their own mental health issues. Right. Exactly. So it's like, instead of talking to somebody that have an issue, you're talking to someone that also got diagnosed with something. So it's like that whole judgment factor of being like, oh my God, like, I'm like the crazy one, or I'm the one who's depressed and like I don't want to be a burden. It goes out the window because it's like, you're fucked up too. Like, right, exactly. Like, no funny sense, but it's really like that. Like you're fucked up. Like, so it does go away. And then it was just kind of like one of those things. I was like, well, if I already went that far down, I was just like, yeah, it's like kind of shameful to the outside world, but I was already there because I was like, I can't change that. I was already there, so might as well like try to figure out how not to get put back there. So I took it more like as a lesson, like, all right, I've reached that far down. Mm-hmm. Like, let's see how far I can get with trying or taking what they've taught me outside. Right. So, because when you're inside, it's easy. Like, it's easier. You know how to behave. You have a schedule. They feed you. You have activities. You talk to a therapist. You talk to your psychiatrist. And you talk to people that also may have gone in there for suicide, or it could have been for some other stuff, whatever it is that they went there for. Right. So it was taking it outside that I realized it was a lot harder than me just being like, well, promise to be happy. Like, like wasn't like
Make my plan.
At all. Like,
damn.
Yeah, but I learned a lot this year. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I did. And looking back at last year where I was, 2 different spaces.
Right.
Two different like literally and like mentally. Just handle that better. You said what?
No, I said 2 different Nicoles. 2 different people there.
Oh yeah.
2 different Nicoles.
Deadass though. Yeah.
How long were you there?
Yeah,
for?
In a good way though. I was there for about a week.
Okay.
And when you first get there, I'm not even gonna hold you. You can ask anyone that's gone to the hospital. The better you act there, the less time you're gonna be there. So like the people who have been there for months, it's probably because they still showing signs and they don't feel like that person is safe to be out. Right. Or like certain people's living situations got messed up because they had to stay there for so long, but that's like their own thing. Right. But it's just like one thing that they literally will tell you, people who are already there, like if you just act good, they're gonna release you. Like whenever they feel comfortable. Longest you'll be there is like maybe a few days. So it wasn't like I said, it's not that bad when you're in.
Is it more so like if I want to stay a week, I'll stay a week, or is it like kind of if they just feel you're safe to go out, that's when you can actually leave?
Well, I feel like a lot of it has to do with like insurance and stuff. So if they could like milk you for a week, that's also a reason. But they're really not going to release you if you're still acting erratic, or like, let's say in my case, I was still really depressed. They're not going to release me. Like I know the place that I went to, they had like a program for after if you wanted to stay, you got moved to a whole other building, and then they talk to your insurance about that because like you don't need to be in that unit anymore. You just need to be in like whatever, I guess, medium unit, which would lead you to the outside world eventually. Like, but you couldn't stay there forever. But
Wow. Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
they'll tell you and they'll ask you like, what do you want to do or what are you comfortable with right now? So.
and then what are some of for everybody that might inquire about this, like, what are some of the teachings, and what are some of the things that you kind of left with that they taught you and helped you still to this day to kind of get through any time that you kind of maybe get a little bit in that space, but not fully there, of course.
I would say first thing before you even get there is if they accept you because they do an interview process. I mean, at least where I was, they don't just like accept you. Like, so they ask you questions about yourself. Once you get admitted, you just gotta like breathe and be open because there's no point in being closed-minded if you're already admitted in it. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, because you sign papers signing yourself in. So if you agreed to do this, like, just make sure you're open-minded. That one, you're about to hear about yourself. You're about to hear some tragic stuff from other people, but like you're all in it together in a weird way.
Right.
And some things I've learned, I would say, for me personally, I have a denial problem. Like, something bad will happen, and I'll just, like, completely refuse to acknowledge that it even happened. And I'll just, like, go on about my life. Like, which is, I guess it's okay, but it's also not okay in the long run. Because, like, a lot of this stuff that happened was when I was, like, a teen. And I'm 26 now. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, it comes back full circle no matter how far you bury it in your soul. Like, you have to face your problems. And I learned that there's not only one way to do therapy. Because, like, I feel like there's group therapy, which I'm most comfortable in. There's single person therapy where you just talk to your therapist. There's, like, art therapy. There's like, a bunch of other stuff. You can do music, things like that. But as long as you're finding the way to express whatever it is, like personally for me, like, I haven't really gotten in a part of my process where I feel comfortable talking to somebody and venting, because I still feel like I'm just talking about myself, like, and I just don't I don't like that. Like, I don't like living it. I already do. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, for me, like, art therapy is what I learned there and I took with me this whole year. Like I just started drawing because, like, I didn't have to talk. I could just say whatever it was on a paper, canvas, paint, whatever the hell it was. But I didn't have to physically break down the way I felt because it just made me uncomfortable. Like, so, like, I would say just find whatever it is that outlet is and really just be open to that. Like, if you don't want to talk about it, find another way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to be able to find a way to release your feelings. Another thing, meditation. Like, I was not a meditating person. It's like my mind wanders all the time. But taking that, personally for me, taking that 5 minutes, 10 minutes to really just sit down in the morning and, like, collect my thoughts and really put into the universe or just in my head, I'm about to have a really good ass day. And none of this stuff is about to affect me because there will be another day, or I have better coping skills to move past these.
That's understandable.
You have to acknowledge if you have really bad coping skills.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people think that drinking and smoking are good coping skills, and, like, I did too, because I was, like, a social drinker. I wasn't, like, a heavy drinker, but if you're doing certain things, you're probably masking some other things.
Right.
So it's like, you just have to figure out how to redirect all of your negative energy to have a positive outlet.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, and, like, you just kind of figure out how is it you cater to yourself. Like, you have to figure out what it is you like and how you're going to express the way you feel, because you can't keep it inside.
Right.
Because when it's inside, it messes with you, and it messes with your center, and it makes you like a closed off person. And I feel like with this whole year, it's made me have to be more open, but also hold myself accountable to finding my own joy.
Yep.
Like, this
I
doesn't
can see
come
it.
from
Yeah, I can see it. I mean, it's for a lot of us, it's different coping mechanisms to get through things. Like, I would say, I just can't even, I don't know. Like, for me, drinking was that outlet at one point. At one point, I would like be at my friend's crib and like we'd just be drinking and smoking, and then like, you know, like, and we would be drinking every day, and it's like, yo, this was like the norm. But it was just one of those
right.
chilling. It wasn't like me just drinking by myself every day. And you know, I just realized I was drinking a lot. Like, I was drinking every day, and I was just like, damn, what the fuck is it? Like, we literally buying a bottle like almost every day for some shit. And you know, it just didn't hit me. And then like, even when I went through a
Like
depressive
froze.
period again, yeah, like,
Oh, there you go. You're good now.
oh, okay, it messed up.
Yeah, you like
I don't know. This
froze real quick. So
is connection. So like, even when I went into this depressive stage when at my last apartment, it was just more so like, I was not drinking every day, but it was just like I was finding reasons to drink. Like, all right, well, damn, I'm really pissed off. I'll go and drink. I'll, you know, do this, and you know, it still didn't dawn on me until like I realized that this year that I lost somebody that, you know, I was cool with, like during the time when we used to go to the Boys and Girls Club, like some dude that I really played ball with around that time. And, you know, we kind of fell apart, but not like fell apart in a bad way. Like, you know, we went, you know, everybody got,
right,
they did their own thing. He ended up becoming a rapper and
right,
was a famous rapper. And, you know, him losing his life this year to, ironically, like having a liver problem because he was drinking a lot. And it's tough because when, you know, when I heard about that, I was kind of shocked because I would have thought he got shot because he got shot 5 times already and survived. So I was like, damn,
oh
did,
wow,
did he die of getting shot or something like that? And it was like, nah, he had some liver problem off drinking. And, you know, with this whole COVID shit, it might have got to him and might have made the problem, you know, more bigger than what it was. And it's like,
of
damn,
course,
niggas died off of drinking? Like how much was he drinking? Because like, should my liver be fucked up? Like, you know, all that drinking I was doing in the past, like it was just,
right,
I don't know. It was, man, it's tough. And then it's like, all right, well, damn, you really got to chill out. Whatever type of drinking you doing, you got to relax. This that's not something you want to play with your liver, man. Thank God for a lot of our livers
right,
dogging it on all this time, you know. So I mean, it's tough. It is tough. It is tough.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of my depression falls from losing a parent at 16 to just me not feeling like doing anything. Like, I stopped going to school. Like, I was just like, I can't do this. Like, you know, finding reason to cut school, and then cutting school becomes 1 or 2 days. 1 or 2 days turn into
Right,
a week, turn into a month turn into a whole year.
right,
It's like, damn, does it make sense to go back? And every time in my head, I was like, damn, should I just go back? It's like, damn, how you gonna explain all those months you've been going? You just pop into class like, yeah, I'm ready to learn. Like, you got to do something now. It's like you gotta do something.
right,
And
right,
you know, I always felt the need to go back, just off the simple fact that I know my moms will want me to do it. So it's like, you can't go out like this. This can't be your story. Like, you just never finish school and then
right,
work all your life
right,
and then have nothing to show for it. Like, you know, and I didn't work a lot of jobs. I didn't work 2, 3 jobs, and it just was still in my head. Like, you happy right now? It's 2 different incomes, 3 different incomes, but like, what else you got to show for? Like, what else you gonna do?
Right.
You're just gonna work? That's it? What about the next job? Are you gonna stay at this job? Like, it was just so many questions, and something pushed me to like,
Right.
you know what, you're gonna have to take a risk. So I went, got my equivalency. I got that, and that was like a big ass accomplishment because I felt like I actually went to school, and then I was like, damn. I was like, shit. I was like, it wasn't easy because the first time I knew I had an urge to do it because so many years I was buying the books every year. I was like, all right, so you buy the book and then you're gonna prepare for the test. All right, keep buying the book. And I was like, I wasn't doing nothing with the book. I was like, I'll have like 3 years worth of books, and it's like, am I even using it? And then one year, in the midst of me meeting my girlfriend, well, before
Right.
I knew she was gonna be my girlfriend, even speaking to her, I was just like, you know, when she tells her mom I'm dealing with this guy, like, mom's question is like, all right, well, what does he do? Like, does he work? Does he go to school? Like, something. And I realized that she
Right.
kept telling her like, yo, he's gonna try to go back to school. I was like, damn, whenever I finally meet her mom, like, how can I say that? Like, I'm not there yet. Like, I'm trying to, but like
Mhm.
the lie of, I'm going back to school. It's gonna work for a little while because I am attempting to, and
Mhm.
I just was literally at work, and I was like, I'm gonna do this. I said I'm not gonna work on any other subject but math because I'm horrible at math, but I'm gonna do it. And after working on it, I finally signed myself up for the test. I took it, and what had happened? So ironically, I had failed like two subjects out of all. I think it was like five out of all five, and I was mad, but then I was happy because I was like, I went in it mentally thinking I was gonna fail everything because I haven't did
Right.
any school related work in a long time. So I was like, wow, you only failed two subjects, one by 1 point, and then the other one by a few points. Oh, you got this. So
Right. Right.
yeah, I was like, oh,
Okay.
you got this. So I think you gotta wait like maybe a month or so before you go and take another one. So I went, did it again. I was like, I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna just work on those two subjects. Boom, 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 boom. I did it, and then I passed all of them. I was like, oh shit. Oh no, actually, they only send you back to take the ones that you failed. So I did that, passed both of them, and
Okay.
I was like super hyped. I literally wanted to cry, but I think I couldn't. So it was one of those happy things that I wanted to happen. Like, yo, like this is what your mom wanted you to do all along. Like maybe if you would have did it a little
Right.
earlier, I then went into a stage where I was like, damn, I should have just done this earlier. But I was like, as long as you got it done, man, that's all that matters. Like, fuck it. And then from there, I didn't want it to stop. So I was just like, all right, what is your next step now? Now that you did this, you can finish it all. Like you can just go out like this, and it's cool. You know, you can still get jobs, you can still do everything else, but you still need something to go out into the world with because times are advancing, everything's advancing. Like, what else are you gonna do? And I was like,
Right.
I'm gonna apply for school. I'm gonna do it. And that's when I went into the process of applying to college and I got so happy because I got all these offers for these schools that I wanted to go to. I put Long Island City up there. I mean, Long Island City, LaGuardia up there. I put uh, BMCC up there. I put Queensboro up there. I was just like, let me just shoot my
Uh-huh.
shot. If they all accept me, then I'll figure it out. And come to find out, they all accepted me, and I was like, hype. And I didn't know about it until I went into like my junk email and was like, oh shit, I didn't even see all these in my email. What the fuck? And I was like, oh shit. And then I got all these
Right.
acceptance letters, and then I went with what was probably close to me and highly picked as like a school of like because I wanted to do theater, so I was like went to a school that was pretty good at the theater academy, and yeah, and I'm still there,
Mhm.
looking to graduate next year. So and it's been tough semesters, but
That's great.
I've been ultimately happy because literally out of all my brothers, like I'm the only one that went to college, and I'm like happy to say that. Like that's crazy. So
That's good.
breaking that stereotype that a lot of us black men go through, and it's like, where they don't go to college, they're just spending their lives in the street. And
Right.
I know this is something that my mom wanted me to do, and I'm happy to be a part of it. Like, no matter how tough the semester is, it's like, damn, you actually did it though. Like, you said you was gonna do something, you did it. Like, you could have allowed fear to hold you back more years. And the great thing about it, it's never too late to go back to school. And it's like, I'm glad that I was able to do something that I told myself I was gonna do, and I did it. Like, one of the
Right.
pretty big accomplishments in my life. So that helped out. I helped out a lot with that little fucking depression part of my brain that was like, all right, you gotta finish school though. You gotta go back. Come on, just go back. And it was just
Right.
one of those situations where it's like just kind of finishing that undone chapter, you know. And it's been good.
Okay.
It's been good.
Good.
And I think my biggest thing is I put a lot of pressure on myself, which is good and a bad thing because it pressures
Right.
me. It pressures me into doing better, but also like it also dawns on me that if you put too much pressure, then you feel like you're not doing enough.
Right.
So
Right.
that has been something that has been troubling for me. So
Right.
yeah,
It's just more like as long as you learn to accept, regardless of what the outcome will be, you should be leveled out. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So as long as you're okay with also not achieving that goal at that time, and in your head you're like, well, I can still do it even if I don't do it by this particular moment.
right,
You're okay. Because if you think of it in a bad way, if you don't achieve that goal by whatever time period you put in your head, you'll get really upset with yourself and feel less than what you should. When, I mean, timing is really just for you. Like, just map out how things are going to work out for you. But things happen. So sometimes, you don't reach that goal at that particular time, or you don't pass that class at that right time. But the point is that it will happen.
yeah.
Like,
It eventually
so,
happens. Like you ain't gonna go through that same period and then not be, happy.
right,
Like,
right,
and I think, even if I get, I have a conversation with my girlfriend all the time about, us not trying to, have our lives revolve around how we see other people. Like, if you think about it, like with social media, it has its pros and its cons. It does have its pros where it's like if you have a business or if you're trying to start a business, you can do it on there and have it running. But the cons is nobody really the app is not really for you to really speak about anything that you're going through. The app is basically for you to post pictures and videos of some happy moments that you may share. Some people
right,
kind of use it for like a braggadocious thing where it's like, oh, I'm gonna show you how much money I got. Oh, I'm gonna show you how great I'm doing.
right,
Oh, how much chains I got, how much things I'm doing.
right,
And it kind of gives people the narrative that, oh, this person's life is perfect. What the hell am I doing?
right,
This person got 1,000 likes and
right,
I only got two, but I think I look better than this person, or I think I got more money than this person. And it's like people
right,
like they're like excitement and it, as they say it now is clout. Um, they use that as a way of I guess I don't know, like it's a situation where people kind of use that and take that pedestal to show people, hey, look, I'm really doing good, and their lives could be all
right,
fucked up and we don't even know. And but just
right,
because they got 1,000 likes right now, they just look like somebody that has a perfect life. They get 1,000
right,
every picture and stuff like that. Some people get off to that stuff, but also
right,
at the same time, like I said, it's an app that you don't really display depression. You don't really show none of that. You just show some
right,
happy moments and you just post pictures to, I guess, appear to be good to these friends that you have. And it's like some people use some again what also helped with my depression at one point was I used to post a lot of memes just so it was funny to me, but also funny to everybody else. I like making people laugh. So if I could post this meme
Right.
about something that was funny to me, a bunch of these people will laugh, and it'll be good. Like I always thought that I found a lot of happiness in just in posting every single day. But then when I
Right.
realized that you don't really got to post every day, you don't got to be the funny man and post a meme every single day and turn your whole page into a meme page. Like I have somebody that's
Right.
like that, but it's like, um, you know, I realized that you can step away from the app for a while. You don't have to always be on it 24/7 and try to
Yeah.
catch up. And although we sometimes use social media apps as like a news thing, but you don't always have to keep up with the times. Like you don't have to be on
Right.
every single thing.
Right.
That's why your phone has a what is it, a screen time or something like that, where it's like it lets you know how long you've
Oh
been
yeah, where it shows you how long you've been
yeah,
on
how
certain
long you've been on
things.
your phone and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
you could step away from the app, and I hope a
Right.
lot of people realize that you don't always have to be on social media and try to be this influencer or try to live up to being an influencer or something like that, or be the funny man on there. You don't have to. I already follow a page where this guy's page is just, I don't know if you've seen it when I do it in my Insta stories. His name is Just LaBoy. Like he posts, I know him personally, but he posts a lot of funny like memes all day and just has a bunch of people laughing, and it's funny. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But apparently we have 9 minutes. So
Right? I
yeah,
saw them, no problem. Well, damn, like.
yeah, I was like, damn, Russia's. Why don't you? We'll milk out the 9 minutes. We'll milk out the 9 minutes. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough in this day and age because everything is advancing. Everybody's just doing other things, and I tell my girlfriend all the time, like, don't try to. For one, you wanna when you see your peers, you wanna allow what they're going through to inspire you. Like if you have somebody that's your age and
Right.
they're like a business owner, like let that inspire you. Don't hate. Don't be mad at it. Don't feel like, oh, I gotta get my shit up. Well, not in the sense of you know, in a depression stage. Like don't be like, damn, like I'm not doing enough, or damn, how this person is my age and they got like 3 degrees already and they doing this and they doing that. Like everybody's path is different, honestly, and you supposed to
Mhm.
use that as a motivation tool. Like a lot of my people that's a little younger than me, some of them got degrees, some of them doing business, some of them moved to Atlanta, some of them just living what it feels like a better life than me. Um,
Mhm.
but I had to realize like I can't revolve my life around them. Like we are set on two different paths. The path that
Mhm.
God has that person on and the path that God has me on is totally different. Like who knows? I could be a
Right.
business owner at fucking in another year or so now, or I could be end up making more money than that person. Like it, you just never know. But you gotta
Right.
stay positive and you gotta know that um, be patient because as hard as it is, like something's good gonna come out of it. Like, you know,
Right.
and like even with this school thing, yeah, I sacrificed working 2 jobs and 2 incomes to do it, but it taught me responsibility even more, like how to manage with just one job. The first time in your life where you just working just one job, that's all you need to do, and then focus on school as
Right.
well. It's a sacrifice,
Right.
and it helped me budget a little bit more and kind of, because when I had 2 jobs, it was just like, what? I could pay for this. Let me get this. What? Let me buy this. Because the other income going to save me. This is my throwaway money. Like, I felt like I was on top of the world, especially when I was
Right.
saving a lot. But, uh,
Mhm.
that also humbled me a lot once I came down to one job and I realized, oh, you can't do as what you did when you had 2 jobs. You ain't got that. You ain't got that much money now. But save up and keep it going. Like it was crazy. Like it was really crazy the COVID. It was tough. Like that first year, and I realized I was like, oh shit. Like really can't. I can't work another job, and I really got to do the school thing. And I was like, fuck, like what am I do? And I just really had to budget better. Had to budget better, and rent is not an easy thing. So when
It's
the
not.
bills hit you, bills come like regardless. Them bills knock right at your door. Hello, you gotta pay.
Right.
Yeah, they don't stop for nobody. They don't care if it's a pandemic.
Regardless of.
They don't care if
Right.
you're
Corona,
dying.
people
Right.
dying.
They don't care. Like
Got social justice war right now. They don't give a
right.
fuck.
Right,
They
exactly.
never gonna care. Like,
Exactly. I wish I could touch base on that too. But that's a long topic too, social justice. Yeah, it's a long topic. Even with the corona, like that was a nerve wrecker. Like what? I'm going knock
especially
on wood.
living in a city where you live based off of public transportation. Like
Right.
that was like trying to go to work and stuff was so much paranoia
Oh
because
my
of how close people were and like
Right.
germs and shit before everything closed down. It was like,
And knock on wood, I've been pretty good this whole corona ride. I've been working and blessed to be working and just like blessed to not really have any symptoms. I could be asymptomatic, I don't know, but I've been blessed to, make it to this point. And shit, man, even as much as happy as I was, again, life hits you, and I had lost a coworker that was a night manager and more like a mentor to me, and 2 months ago, and it was just like, damn, life, why did you God, like why did you smack me in the face like that? Like
right.
I looked up to this man, like as good as I was as a night auditor at my job, like damn, like you just smacked me with this, like him.
Right.
And it wasn't even corona based. So it was just like, what happened? And I still don't know to this day, that I'm still trying to figure out if they're going to ever tell us what the autopsy shows. But like, it's just like, damn, like lost somebody else. And it's like, how do I move on past this? Like, how do I not, how do you become or remain strong through this? And, it was just the inspiration of him believing in me and everything that he taught me, and just kind of pushing on, like just push on, like you put on for him by just keep going to work and working hard, do what he did, you know be that guy, be that leader. And but I was glad to see that I became a supervisor in the midst of him still being here, and him kind of champion that and kind of pushing that forward, and like him seeing that versus him not being here. Then I became supervisor and just watching from above. But I was happy that was able to happen. And you just got to be thankful for all the memories, man. Like you just with situations like that, you just got to be thankful. Like this corona situation has taught me a lot. Like when my girlfriend was going through some times with the garden and the garden shutting down, by the grace of God, she found a better job in the midst of that. So it worked out for her. Like, so now she's actually happy at this job. She likes it. They work with her.
Okay.
So it's just like, it's a lot of blessings that came in that, and it teaches you a lot. Like it had me shut down for a little minute and kind of reach out to family members, like, how y'all doing? Y'all good? How y'all, even reach out to my uncle that's not in the best health and trying to check up on him, like stuff that I wasn't doing normally. It really helped me.
Right.
Like, I got to spend more time with my pops and kind of see him every single day. And then with me and my girl, it was just like it kept us tighter because we wasn't going nowhere. The most we was doing is like food shopping and stuff like that, and it helped me be a better cook and stuff like that, and kind of just learn and learn from her. And then like I didn't care that I wasn't the best cook, but I was like, now I want to get more involved. Like show me how to do certain things. Like, I think a lot of blessings came out of this. Like honestly, a lot of blessings.
I feel you. I mean, luckily, nothing crazy happened to me during this pandemic. And I feel like it was a blessing. I got a lot more time by myself, which kind of scared me because usually when I'm by myself and like all your thoughts come back, I was just like, oh my God, this is gonna be so hard. But that's when I started painting more. That's when I started investing in the things that I learned more because I had the time to do it. Before, I literally just worked. And then I just kind of started picking up on my coping skills kind of thing. But this was that moment, like, it was like, it really tested it. Like, did I actually learn anything, or am I going to go right back into that deep ass hole I dug myself into?
Right.
So it was like, in a way, yeah, there was like, it was a scary time, but it was a blessing in its own way. So I definitely agree. Like,
Right.
I think especially around here, life needed to slow down a lot.
Oh yeah, we all needed it. We all needed it. But that's all the time we got for today. Damn, thank you, Nicole. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the enlightenment. Thank you for everything. Like, and if we could keep more in touch, that'll be great. We could do another.
You're
We could do
welcome.
another round. We could do another episode of this. Like, I like it. It helps me. I'm pretty sure it helps you. And like, listen, yeah,
Right.
this is dope. This is dope. I like this. I like this. But definitely keep in touch.
Good.
Hit me whenever. I'll send you my number.
Yeah.
And yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Or if there's another topic you want to speak about, later on in the week, we could. I'm here.